puppy. Are you so sleepy? Are you so sleepy from being in the pool? Yeah, did we go swimming? We did. Did you have fun? Did you? You're so tired. I love you. Yes, you're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. Oh, yes. Oh, so sleepy. Okay, take a nap. I love you. Goodbye. Hi, this is Jenna with Brown Dog Craft Company, and today I'm sharing a cute book-shaped card using a recent release from Mama Elephant. I don't think it was in June, but I think in May these sets released. So here I've got some Concord and Ninth artichoke cardstock and the Mama Elephant Turn the Page dies. So these dies are super cute. They make a book-shaped either card front or card itself. So then I've got also some Hero Arts cardstock in antique ivory. So there's two pieces to this die. There's an inner piece that has some stitching, which would be like the pages of the book, and then an outer piece, which doesn't have any stitching, and that would be like the outside of the book. So in order to make a shaped card, I'm taking some artichoke cardstock, and I'm making a card base, a landscape A2 card base there. And I'm using some tape and I'm positioning the die onto the card base so that the very top of the die isn't going to cut. So you just want to make sure you line up your die so that the top of your card, the fold there, isn't going to be cut, because then when you run it through your die cut machine, it cuts out everything else and gives you a shaped card. So, and then you'll put a panel on the front, which I'll show you that later. Now here's the inside of the card. So this isn't white, it's antique ivory. So it's more of like a cream color. And I've already die cut it with the inside of the book die, so it's got some cute stitching on the outside. So I'm going to stamp a cute little critter, a little mouse, and then a sentiment there. And to stamp those, I'm using Simon Says Stamp Positively Saturated ink in Woodsy. So it's like a dark brown color. It looks really good with the antique ivory cardstock. Now I'm taking some of the images from the Storybook Sayings stamp set. There's a cute alligator who's reading a book, and some other little critters. And I didn't want a harsh black line on these, so I'm taking my Memento ink in the color Toffee Crunch, and it's going to give us a softer line than that harsh black line that we would typically get with like a black ink. So Memento can be used for alcohol markers. Just give it a couple minutes to dry so you don't smear anything. So here we'll start out on the inside with this cute little mouse. So he's going to be covered in he's going to be colored in W1, W3, so warm gray 1 and warm gray 3, and then a little bit of R20 for his ear. Now, this is not the paper that I would typically color on if I was going to stamp my images on white paper and then in some black ink and color them with my Copics. I would normally use Nina. So just you have to be careful not to oversaturate your paper with your marker here. You don't want it to bleed outside of the lines. So if you feel like you're getting a lot of ink that's wet on the paper, just give it a minute to dry and then come back in and continue coloring. That way you won't get a ton of ink outside of your stamped lines. So it definitely happens to me on these images a little bit, but I think it looks just fine. So here we're going to move on and color the bunny. So he's getting warm gray 1, 3, and 5. And then R20 for his ear there. And then we'll color the book that he's holding in BG10 and BG13. So here I'm starting with my darkest color, the warm gray 5, and I'm putting that in the darkest spots of the bunny. So wherever I think the shadow should be. And then blending out with warm gray 3 and 1. And sometimes you have to go back and forth a bit between the markers to get them exactly where you want. And then when I go over the ears in pink, sometimes I feel like it's too pink. So after I color them in the pink, I'll go back over with my lightest shade that I colored the critter in and kind of subdue the pink ear. And then to finish them off, I will take my darkest marker, so in this case the W5, and I'll do like some dotted detail, make it look a little bit like fur. So here I've got BG13 for the book, and then blending out with some BG10. He's such a cute little bunny. Now the bear. Well, so let me first say, those are my favorite colors to color a bunny in. The warm gray 1, 3, and 5. So that's kind of my go-to for a bunny. And then these are my go-to colors for a bear. So I've got E55, E57, E59, and then R20 for his ear. So I'm starting with my E59 as the darker shade, so wherever there would be shadows, and then blending out with E57 and finally E55. So with the dark colors, it's probably best to start out with just a little bit of dark, and you can always go back in and add more dark later if you don't feel like your image is dark enough. But it's really hard to get that dark image off once you've put it on. So you'll notice I just sort of, first I lay down my color wherever I think it should be, and then I work on blending it together. And he turns out really cute too. And I'll take the darkest marker here to the E59 and do some fur details on this cute little bear too. And he's not holding an accessory, so. And we can't forget about his cute little ear. Oh, and his paws. He has like little paw detail on the bottom of his feet, so I did that in the darkest marker. Now, for this little alligator or crocodile, whichever one you want him to be, I'm going to use some YGs and some E's for his body. So this is going to be E40 and E43 for like the underside of his tummy. So the stamp already has some lines on it where like a shadow or a darker mark would be. So I just outlined that with my E43 marker. And then I blended everything out with my E40. So it's like a really light cream color. And then for the alligator, for like the body, we're going to do YG 93, 95, and 99. Now, I didn't start out using a lot of 99. I didn't think I needed it, but I think he needed it in the end. So here I'm just outlining, let's see, which one is this? This is YG 95. So I'm outlining where the darkest parts of him should be. And then I will blend out with YG 93. And then the spikes on his back are going to be a combination of YG 95 and 99. And then I just wasn't liking exactly how he looked. And that happens sometimes. It happens to all of us. So I'm coloring. I feel like I might be oversaturating the paper a little bit. So I just needed a third color. He's just bigger. Too big to not have a third color, I think. So here I am with the YG99 coming in and adding just ever so slightly a little bit. And then I'll blend that out again with the 95. There we go. Now he looks cute. So he's got these cute little glasses on him too. Oh, first I'm coloring the, I don't know what you call those on the back of an alligator. His spikes, his spine. I don't know. If you know what those are called, comment below and let me know. I'm sure somebody knows what they're called. I'm coloring those with the darkest color, YG 99, and I will go in with that same color and add some fur. Well, I suppose he doesn't have fur. Some skin detail too, to give him a little bit of texture. So he's got these cute little like spectacle glasses that I thought were just so adorable. So I colored those first with B000 and then softened that up a little bit with some E0000. So E and 4 zeros. So very light color. And then the book that he's holding is going to be a light orange. So that's YR24 and YR21. And then I feel like since I stamped these guys not in black but in that brown color, their face features kind of disappeared. So I'm taking my Tombow Black Mono drawing pen in the 03 and just drawing back in the eyes and the noses and the whiskers. And then I die cut those out with the coordinating dies. I put some foam tape on the back of them, and here they are. I'm just kind of putting them on the card. I guess this is our card panel. Putting them on the card panel, the shaped card panel, to see where I want the sentiments to go. And then I'm stamping 4 different sentiments from the sets in woodsy ink again. So I'll stamp those twice, make sure I get a good impression. And then work on putting the card together now. And I am notorious for never being able to keep a white card clean. So I have this sand eraser to help get ink off of my card or whatever else I got on it. I don't even really know. But it always happens to me. My white cards are never white. So if you ever get one from me in the mail, just know that it will probably have a smudge somewhere on it. I just can't do it. So, okay. So now I'm taking the backers off of the foam tape and putting these creatures on the front of the card. So like I feel like the alligator is reading a story to the other two, but maybe the mouse or maybe the bunny is looking at a different book while he listens. I don't know. You can make up your own story on what you think is happening. So then I cut a full panel of the background of the book out of that Hero Arts, or out of that Conquer the Ninth artichoke. And I'm going to glue this cream panel to the front of that. And then I will glue this whole thing to the card front. And when I do that, I'm just going to make sure that I line up the bottom, because that's the bottom of the card and what it's going to sit on when you open it up. So you want that part to be flush, and it's okay if the top sticks out, because that's going to be the top of the card, and it's going to hide the fact that the top of our card itself isn't shaped exactly like a book. Here I'll add that little insert on the inside. Now one other thing I thought would be really cute, I didn't do it, and I didn't think of it until after, but if you took like a text background stamp and stamped in a super light color over the back of the book, it probably would look like there's print on the pages of the book. So next time I think I might do that. So here I've got some Trinity Stamps coffee bean heart sprinkles. So they're like a brown color, and I'll scatter those around the card. And then I'll add some glossy accents for the glasses on the alligator and a little bit of Wink Stella on the books, just to add some glitter. I love the sentiment, "You are literally the best." I have to give this card to someone who loves a book or who loves to read. So then I figured let's decorate the envelope. So I've got a cream envelope that matches, and I'll just do the little bunny in that woodsy ink again. And pick one of the sentiments. And stamp that on there in woodsy ink also. Now on the finished photos you might see that there's 1 or 2 more hearts on the card front than what you see right now, and that's because I found a smudge that I couldn't get off, and so I covered it up with some more coffee bean hearts. So I hope you enjoy this video today. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to see more content. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye now.